Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe for more tokusatsu content, and I thank you for your continued support. Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Rider Spike 2.0 back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 35, and in this episode, Kuroha dies. Our girl Kuroha dies again. Well, not really again, but our girl Kuroha dies at the end of the episode, and it was so freaking weird. It turns out it was I hate it. She's been gone this long. She was out of commission for like almost 5 or 7 episodes, and now that she finally comes back, she gets destroyed by number 3. And the fact, and also, when was she not human? You know, I always thought she was human. When in the show did they talk about how she wasn't human? I don't remember that at all. I don't remember that, because number 5 ends up bringing that up, talking about, are you still up with the delusion that you're human? I did not know that she wasn't human. Maybe it was something that I missed. Maybe it was something that was said that you know, that long ago when she was first being introduced and things like that. But it's just like, how is she not human if she went to school and stuff with Nasuka? And it's just like weird. It's just really, she's not human? What's going on here? And also in this episode, we see that they have activated Somnia, and now Somnia has basically put all the people into like this weird state where they don't remember nightmares. Nightmares don't exist. Number 3 actually explains to Zero that when Somnia is activated, they basically control everyone's dreams. They basically control everyone's dreams, make them forget about nightmares completely, can completely alter their memories, alter their minds, take control of them, make them do things that they don't want to do, like all kinds of weird stuff that they can do with Somnia. It's this is a very dangerous project, or a very dangerous like protocol, to the point where you have the power to do all of that to people. It really sucks. We see, but the only people, they end up using Somnia on everybody in the city, where red snow starts to fall. I'm saying red snow because Nem called it red snow, but we see that now that this red snow substance basically has started to rain all over the city. People are basically forgetting things. They're basically forgetting things or acting a certain way, and people who have gone through the, you know, the sleep training and stuff like that aren't affected. So, get case in point, Baku is not affected by this. No other agent from Code and stuff like that are not affected by whatever the Somnia project is. They're not affected by that. So Baku is basically seeing like how none of his friends remember him. No one knows what nightmares and stuff are. You know, like if he shows anything dealing with nightmares or anything like that, they all look at it and see something different than what he sees. He sees a nightmare standing there, full on in the flesh. They see a drawing or like an anime picture of that nightmare standing there in there, and they don't believe that they're real. Even with Nem has basically been like deleted from everybody's minds already, and she also has like, they also gave her like an anime girl persona. And in this episode was actually really cool because we actually like we got to see what people were seeing. These two guys, they ended up seeing Nem as like this 2D girl that they wanted to marry and stuff like that, and it was so weird. But seeing Nem in like anime form was really funny and really cool. I'm actually wondering how when they looked at Zeztz or looked at Baku, like how did they see him? You know, like they could see him, but like, was he animated? You know, stuff like that. Like that was a really nice touch to the episode that I thoroughly enjoyed. That I didn't think they were actually going to do that. But yeah, turns out Kuroha has basically been sent on a mission to destroy Nem. yeah, basically to like, destroy them, because you know they keep shoving down our throats that Nem is the reason why nightmares exist and things like that, and her having bad dreams. When she has a bad dream, that bad dream inevitably ends up becoming true. So yeah, that's a thing. but also number 3 is on his own little mission or whatever. He seems like he's charging up the his new driver that he's going to use in the next episode, which is basically him like becoming a lord. So is he going to become a full-on Kamen Rider though? Is he going to become a full-on rider, you know, and stuff like that? Is he going to be called Kamen Rider something, or is he still going to be like a lord, you know, type of thing going on? Is it still going to be like the whole lord thing? But after we see Kuroha, is basically her mission is to basically destroy Nem. So she is basically attacking Nem, trying to kill Nem and things like that. And Baku's doing what Baku does best, which is protecting Nem. So while he's protecting Nem, you know, he transforms into X Dream and ends up saving Nem and things like that, and actually talks to Kuroha and basically telling Kuroha to come to his side, you know, stuff like that. Like what they're doing is wrong and stuff like that. What they've done is basically gone way too far. And Kuroha was like cool, she was actually going to tell them, but then that's when 3 comes in with his random assortment of like different kinds of capsules, because this capsule was called what was it? Well, he would make himself invisible, like, you know, like he just has some capsules that Baku doesn't have. So he ends up doing that. He ends up looking at Kuroha and basically saying, he says, hey, leaking information is prohibited and all that jazz. And then he ends up like annihilating her. Like he ends up using, I forgot what capsule it was, but he ends up attacking her and actually hitting her, and then she falls backwards, and then her body onto a wall, and then her body fades into the wall and she becomes a painting. And I'm just like, whoa, it was cool, don't get me wrong, but it was weird. And then you see her body actually like die in the real world, and it just turns pink and then turns into like this, and then her body melts into this like pink glue. And I'm just like, god damn, excuse my language, but god dang, how y'all gonna have a die horribly in 2 ways within the dream world and the real world? That was so messed up to me. And we see 6. We see number 5 laying down asleep next to her in his room. He's also in the dream as well. He's also found the 2 guys that were flaunting over Nem earlier, and ends up using Somnia to make them believe that they're animals. Well, 3 tells them, hey, you're wild animals and you're gonna fight each other until you die. And they just start doing it. Like these 2 guys start fighting each other. Baku stops him from fighting, but then he gets captured by 5, and then number 3 says, hey, hand over the driver and the capsule that you created, because Code because Code has authorization of them. So Baku is like, he said, hey, you better do it now, because those 2 guys are gonna kill themselves or kill each other. And what happens is that Baku gives in. I'm just like, why are you giving in? Just because you got this big buff dude behind you holding you down. Pause. That don't mean you get to full on give up. I mean, like, bro, you created that freaking driver. They don't have authorization. They should not have authorization of that. That is a completely new made driver that you made. That took you years to make, by the way, in the dream world. Took you in your near-death experience. It took you 2 years. It took you years to make that thing. That don't belong to nobody. That can't get authorized to anybody. But we see that Baku ends up doing it. He gives it up. They take his driver, and then we get a mirror image of, basically we get a recreation of the ending of the first premonition, which is where number 3 is holding a gun up to Baku's head. So he gets ready to do it again in this episode, and the episode ends off right there. So wow, this episode had a lot going on. But the whole thing about Kuroha not being human and everything like that, I still don't know where the heck that comes from. If y'all know where that comes from, let me know, man, because maybe I missed something. Because I watched all the episodes when it came down to Kuroha being involved and her being introduced as a character and everything. So it's just like, man, and how did Baku know that she wasn't human? You know, like, maybe I'm missing a bunch of stuff and stuff like that. Maybe I need to go back and watch something. But y'all let me know down in the comment section below. What did you guys think about this episode? What did you guys think about what's going to happen next and all that jazz? I know I'm really late doing this freaking video. Work has been kicking me in the foot. But other than that, I'm glad I got to end up doing this video with you guys. But I'm going to see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As remember, as I always say, stay henchant.
Yeah, the shining golden sign.